The San Antonio Spurs come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA presented by 2K Sports for this Thursday afternoon game. So with Ginobili sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Blair and Duncan down low. Tony Parker is out there with Green, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Thunder, Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Cephalosha in the backcourt. Now here's Green, 5 to shoot. Three-pointer, no good. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way.
One thing that Popovich doesn't get enough credit for is how he handles the minutes of his players. He really massages those well. He never overuses his guys over the course of the season.
He came away empty there, and that's a shot that should probably go down.
Parker left side. Green dishes to Parker. Cephalosha gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. Clark, that's a great point going back to Pop and the way he uses minutes with his team, his players. You know, Steve, the Spurs usually have fresh legs come playoff time.
Well, yeah, but last season didn't help the argument. You know, normally Pop's teams have kind of eased their way through the regular season, saved it for the playoffs. But last year, they exploded to that big win total. And then they lost in the first round. They did look tired. So, I don't know, maybe a different approach for the Spurs this year.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. He gathers from down in the low post. It goes.
Good, strong move and not much defense there.
Now Parker. Pass to Duncan. Deflects the pass.
Anticipating that pass so well. Beautifully done.
And Ibaka slams it in.
No reason to get fancy. Just keep it simple. Like pound cake. A basic throwdown.
No need for theatrics, right?
That's right.
That's right. No 360 necessary there. Nothing fancy.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Greg Popovich. In terms of their defensive attitude coming into this one, he said, "We've been protecting the rim very well at that end of the floor, and that's something I want to see continue today." Guys?
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. That's a mantra, Clark, we're going to hear, I think, a lot from coaches. Defense first.
Yeah, you hear it all the time, Kevin, and that's the identity they want to have today, and I think it'll work for them as long as they execute it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one thing to say it, but you got to bring it. And I think this team has to show great energy and aggression early on if they're going to win this game.
Here's Parker, following the score by Serge Ibaka. Parker kicks to Leonard, feeds it to Blair. Working on Ibaka. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Ibaka. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance there. I like what we're seeing.
Now here's Durant. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Green.
Great defensive work right there. The quick hands lead to the turnover.
Tipped. Westbrook with the steal. Goes for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Slamming it home off the alley-oop. Remarkable.
Well, his eyes got wide as he went up for that one.
And he timed his leap perfectly to meet the pass at the top of its arc. Russell Westbrook has proven to be one of the best point guards in the NBA. Not just his scoring, but his ability to push the ball in transition. And he's a good leader for his teammates as well.
Here's Green. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Ibaka's got 8. Westbrook with the steal.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all. Impressive offensive execution to this point. That's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, it's paid off on the scoreboard. The fact that they've been together and productive offensively.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Like what you said about leadership in Westbrook, that is a must-have quality to possess as a point guard in the NBA.
And, Kevin, if you're going to lead a team into battle, especially the Western Conference, you need a battle-tested guard, and the Thunder have that in Westbrook, and he's continuing to grow. We forget how young this guy is. I mean, he's got a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited to see what he becomes as he matures because he's already got a lot in that backpack.
Well, there are a few players you talk about as enthusiastically as you talk about Westbrook.
I loved him from the first time I saw him in a practice at UCLA, Kevin. He was a freshman. He was going up against Darren Collison, and he was aggressive. He didn't back away. You could tell the edges were a little rough, but you always would rather have rough edges that can be smoothed out than no edges at all. And he's got tremendous ability. I love watching him work.
Parker against Westbrook. Westbrook against Parker. Westbrook picks him up. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The turnaround jumper. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 14-3 run. Right side Westbrook. Durant for 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double dip. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. So with Duncan sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Splitter is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Matt Bonner. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Neal in at the point guard position.
Scott Brooks enjoyed a long career in the NBA before becoming a coach playing point for a lot of teams over the course of 11 seasons in the league.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, in 2010, the Thunder lost to the Lakers in the playoffs in a 6-game series that was highly competitive, and it remained a big motivation for the improvement of the Thunder. Kevin Durant was completely moved by the standing ovation the Thunder received after the Game 6 loss on their home floor. After losing in the Western Conference Finals to the Mavs this past season, we might see even more of a leap by this talented young team this year. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Thunder will be as hungry as ever this season.
And with the Thunder, you can see the connection they have with their fans. I mean, the players are playing for the entire state every time they take the court.
Gets it to go. Harden's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, back to Brooks. Even won a title, Steve, with the 94 Rockets.
Yeah, he was a tough player. One of those guys who'd pick you up full court, 94 feet, defend and scrap and claw for everything. And not really surprising to me that he eventually became a coach.
Turned it over there, but they built this lead by making the most of their possessions and keeping their turnovers really low.
That's like you draw it up right there. That was beautiful.
No doubt about it, Steve. I mean, always love to finish at the rack.
And here's Fisher. The feed to Muhammad. Off with the layup. Spurs trail by 13.
Boy, it really had to be deflating for the Spurs after winning 61 games in the regular season to be bounced out of the playoffs by the Grizzlies in the first round. And it raised some interesting and difficult questions for them moving forward.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
That was vicious. I mean, real vicious. He hung on the rim just to say, you realize this is my basket.
That is a nice finishing touch.
Yeah, just finishing with a little emphasis, guys. Nothing wrong with that.
And that was our Sprite Slam Cam, bringing you the close-up on the big champ. And the Thunder with some changes. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Muhammad. Cephalosha comes in for Kevin Durant. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Derek Fisher. San Antonio also making some changes. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for Splitter. Jackson comes in for Leonard. And Tony Parker subbed in for Gary Neal. Parker, right side. Low block shot. That's good on the jump shot. Parker's got his second bucket of the night. Going back, Clark, to that first-round upset, the second time an 8th seed has ever won in a 7-game series, and the Spurs were thoroughly outplayed, Steve, by the Memphis Grizzlies. Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol. What a collection Grizzlies got by him.
Yeah, that didn't feel like an 8th seed, did it? I mean, Randolph and Gasol so dominant in the front court. And then I thought that Memphis's defense was really good, too. But the Spurs, as well as they played the regular season, just didn't have it in the playoffs. I think they needed an infusion of some young talent there in San Antonio.
Westbrook is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ginobili. He's got 5. Off the inbound, no good.
Now, he had plenty of space, poor defense, but I'm not sure about his touch from that range.
You know, one of the things about Manu, Kevin, is he plays the game so aggressively. I mean, that's why he's a great scorer and stat sheet stuffer, because he plays with that reckless abandon you like to see.
Just 5 on the clock. Up with it. Perkins with the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 15.
You know, nice work getting inside that time. I mean, that's the spot where his height advantage is really going to pay off for him, and he used it.
But Ginobili's had some injuries too, Clark. It's one of the reasons why the Spurs have sought to limit his minutes to keep him healthy. But, Steve, those fewer minutes have taken away from the recognition he might otherwise receive.
Yeah, it could be. But, you know, last year he actually played 80 out of 82 games. So Ginobili enjoying kind of a renaissance health-wise here later in his career.
Green, the pass to Blair. Neal. Backing him down is Duncan. Pushes up. Here's Jackson. Westbrook against Green. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Neal. Backing down is Green. Makes the lead pass. Blair. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, it's unfortunate, but he just is not a dependable, consistent finisher, especially if a defense is right there in front of him.
Now here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. The dish now to Cephalosha. Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Duncan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. A 3-ball. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 13. Westbrook with it. The rebound by Blair. And here's the fast break. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The first one falls. Both teams deciding to change it up. And so he hits both. Durant for 3, and no good trying to get that one.